What I always tell people was wonderful about this rudimentary app was they'd show up when they actually met in person. And maybe they were assuming that they were all thought the same way and
Right.
were had the same positions on everything. And they'd show up at some Obama volunteer meeting, and you'd have what looked like an ex-Army sergeant with a crew cut.
Yeah.
And you'd have a young black woman with a nose ring.
Yeah.
And you'd have a suburban mom, with some kids.
Right.
And it turned out that by virtue of meeting in person, you kind of realize people are a little more complicated. So it creates this friction and this interest, and it forced people to kind of say, all right, well, it turns out that I don't have to agree with everything to work with somebody.
Right.
And then out of those meetings, they'd have to go out and start knocking on doors, and that's the ultimate meetup, because now you're forcing yourself to talk to strangers who definitely don't agree with you on stuff, and that gave people a sense of how somebody could be a good guy but also have blind spots.
And that's foundational to democracy working.